Conan Gray with Lonely Dancers, and welcome back. It is the Country Viewpoint here on your colour of Country Life Flow FM. Well, it's time to go to the first of our two Nats that you're going to be hearing from across the next 2 hours on Flow FM. Over to clean energy and transmission lines and a number of things that we've discussed on the air over the last few weeks. We are talking about a survey that's recently come out, the results of this survey. And we're going to Farmers for Climate Action, and the CEO, Natalie Collard, joins me on the line to talk all about the survey results, which very much lean towards favourability as far as people's tolerance and acceptance goes with regards to infrastructure which props up renewable energy. Natalie, great to be with you. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Alice. Great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you. Tell us more about the results that have come out. By all indications, it looks as though those surveyed, and we're talking about just under 7,000 Australians, appear to be in favour of at least tolerating this infrastructure, whether it be in rural or city parts of the country. I guess that therefore suggests that the opponents of, transmission lines and wind turbines are very much in a minority.
It's definitely showing a really strong majority. That's 82% of Australians of this really large survey are really comfortable to live near renewable energy generation. It's not a surprise to us because most of it right now is hosted on farms. And that's not just farms of our members, that's farmers across Australia. And there's some real advantages for farmers with renewables because at the moment, some of the things we know that these days farmers are being offered $49,000 per turbine per year by wind companies while still being able to run their sheep and cattle without a problem. And solar companies are offering a whopping $1,500 per hectare per year rent. And of course, as you know, you can quite easily allow sheep to graze under the panels, and we're finding it even advantages the quality of the wool and the happiness of the sheep. As we're in an era with climate variability, it's really important that farmers can lock in drought-proof income, and they can also play their role in the energy shift. It's interesting to us that some of the drivers for supporting renewables increased affordability of electricity. Everyone understands it does drive prices down. Living in regional Australia, of course, its reliability of energy is really important too. So that's something we're really focused on, as well as, of course, reducing pollution.
Natalie Collard, the Farmers for Climate Action CEO. I'll keep her on the line. But up next, we're going to take a look at some agri-news updates with Dan Crouch here on the Country Viewpoint program. Don't go anywhere. Messed Up As Me, the song from Keith Urban here on Flow FM. Welcome back. It is the Country Viewpoint program. It's the second hour of our show. And my guest is Natalie Collard, the CEO of Farmers for Climate Action, speaking about the recent CSIRO survey results, which have certainly been received with a lot of interest. Just from a linear point of view, as far as these individuals are concerned, I guess, I don't know whether we would call it the elephant in the room, but it doesn't appear that the climate concern is really top of mind. It's more the bottom line, because you've got 41% of people saying that they want more affordable energy. You've obviously got these farmers being compensated at a decent level as well. So is it more the fact that they're worried about, their financial viability? And also, can we see any correlation here between, personal circumstances and obviously things like input costs, inflation, things like that? Does that sort of really come into the picture here?
CSIRO didn't release the detail of the personal circumstances of those they surveyed, but one thing I can tell you, representing now Australia's second largest farmer representative organisation, it's over 8,000 members, and we've got over 45,000 community supporters in our network as well. So we do hear from a wide range of Australians. One thing I can tell you is every Australian is experiencing some impacts from the cost of living crisis that we're in today. And every Australian understands that fossil fuels are finite and we need alternative solutions. And the answer comes together, whether you're driven by cost of living and affordability concerns or a commitment to climate action. And we've got members that are driven by many number of these things, and that's reasonable. It really is a clear message we're getting, regardless of what's driving people towards it. We also had 77% of those surveyed said they'd happily live near transmission lines. There are some issues with renewables that we're not shying away from. We really have an active membership, so we speak to hundreds of farmers every month. And one thing we do know is that it's more important than ever, knowing the majority of Australians are really keen for this shift to renewables to happen quickly, is that we do implement the 9 recommendations from the Dyer review. And it is critical to deal with those issues that community members and farmers have, so that we can actually reduce the few remaining barriers to a smooth shift to clean energy.
All right, now as far as climate change goes, I feel, and I'm sure many of those listening would say that, in schools and certain initiatives that are being undertaken, there's plenty of information and education being provided to the generation of tomorrow who are going to be looking after our farms across Australia about climate change. But as far as the shift to cleaner energy, is the government doing enough to make sure that there are incentives being provided so that there is a good amount of education for the youth in our schools at the moment to be aware of, the direction for Australia to, be empowered by clean energy and to really sort of gear towards that?
I can't speak to government, but what I can tell you is Farmers for Climate Action is a proud partner in the clean energy careers movement, along with many other industry groups, because we are so excited that the energy shift is a once-in-a-generation chance to keep our brightest kids in the bush, because we're offering interesting, well-paid, long-term careers, and that includes agriculture as well as clean energy. And from our perspective, it's an opportunity we can't afford to miss. We've got the ability in regional Australia with good, reliable, affordable energy to allow people to work from home, to pursue careers in agriculture, on farm and in the value chain, to work in the energy industry itself, as well as many other opportunities. And it's all unlocked by clean energy. So it's incredibly exciting, and we know that the future of regional Australia has never looked brighter.
Farmers for Climate Action CEO Natalie Collard, thank you so much for your time on the program, and good luck with everything going forward.
Thank you.
More to come. It is the Country Viewpoint on Flow FM. I'll see you back here soon.